Hello everyone, welcome back to Cloud's Fortresscraft Frozen Factory, Flattsburg, episode 18. The laboratory has finished. Missile defense. Fantastic. Let's see what we get from that. Should be all kinds of brand new missiles. I'm hoping for cluster missiles. I haven't seen those yet. Got armor piercing, warhead imbuer. That looks like that is it for those. No matter. That's a start anyway. And those require a lot of power, I believe. Let's see. I'm going to want to start some sort of minecart system soon, because I'm going to be using minecarts to bring ore from where it is to my cargo lifts to bring up to be smelted. Kind of save on using conveyors everywhere, and I think it'd be more interesting than just having a bunch of conveyor tubes laying all over the place, to just have a big long minecart track bringing all the ore to the cargo lifts. So we're going to get that started. I'm sure there's plenty of pods all the way over there. I'll come check that later. It's not really what I'm concerned about. What I do want to do is finish this. So I'm going to grab all of my stuff because it has finished down there. And I'll meet you in the cold caverns. Okay, we are set up. As soon as these guys reach up to where there's stuff, they'll start knocking it all out. So then the last thing I got to do is go ahead and make like 15 nano disintegrators and go ahead and knock out the 10 or 15 things that are in the way while they're doing that, and then by the time I come down here they should be done. Clear this out and then go and knock down the rest of it. I'll record it. Now I don't know if I'm going to show it all or not, but it should be pretty interesting. If not, then I'm not going to show it. A lot of people are asking, how do you farm organic rock? Well, I'm going to show you now. Just pick a robot and just start shooting them. When you hit them with your laser, or any laser, they have a percentage chance of dropping an organic rock. So if you're shooting them with sniper turrets, they're usually only going to drop like one apiece. But occasionally when you're just shooting one of them that are coming at you, you'll see them leave a trail of like 10 of them. I probably won't be able to get it on video, but I do have a screenshot where I got one to drop 8. Don't get too close, they'll kill you. So I'll take him out and then I'll count how many I got. This one's dropping lots. I have one in my inventory. Now I have 12. See, it's not that hard. It'll be pretty easy for me to make a whole lot of minecarts just doing that. For a half hour or so, I'll have 200, 300, 400 organic rock, however much I need for all the minecarts I need. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put the 5 minutes or so that I was dropping nano disintegrators at the very end. So if you want to see 20 or so nano disintegrators going off, it's at the very end. But for now, I'll just go ahead and skip it. I will have cargo lifts coming. Most of them will be coming all the way down here. Now, 2 or 3 of them might stop on a lift, or on a little bit of titanium that is a little bit more up here. And then we also have this. Now, the last time I was looking at all of my recipes, I did see one for charged explosives. So I'm going to go check out that, and I'll be right back. I do have the recipe for chargeable explosive. I do not have the resources, I can guarantee that. Just going to check them. Right, 128 refined liquid resin. I have nowhere near that. So, what to do? I can just run the rack rails down now. I mean, obviously I'm going to have to move this. probably just have it run this way. Run the rack rails down now, blow up the hive when I can, and just, you know, he's only going to block one or two of them, so the likelihood of me destroying that much is very little. I'll just use a charge 1 bomb on the hive, and then ablate and liquefy the resin. But I'm going to have to hook up a jet turbine to this power source right here. Now, I have this one not being used, so I'm going to go ahead and start doing that now. And this goes directly to the hive, the active hive mind I have down below. I'm going to need a couple more of these, and then I'll meet you down there. Currently, I have 1 purple laser and 1 set of ablator and liquefier. And that is really, really slow. That's 28 in like a half hour maybe. What I've started to do is dig out a little bit more room. And I'm going to keep digging out more room until there's about a 10 by 10 shaft coming down here. It's going to stop up at the top and disperse the power in a pretty wide box formation. And I'll have large Mark IV batteries on each corner of this with all kinds of, like 30 each at least, ablators and that. Liquefier, excuse me. And then I'm just going to mine this coal right here. And then whatever's next. I don't know how big this is. 50,000. Not much there, but I'll just put a tiny little miner on there with, you know, no kind of head or anything on there. And the amount of ore he'll feed the Minoc, my guys will be able to keep up with it by the time I start feeding him anyway. For now, whatever he spawns when the world starts will be enough for me. Because it's going to take me quite a little bit to clear out all the room. I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna set up a jet turbine. I'm gonna get 10 or 15 of those work floor excavators. Not the ones that go all the way up. Only the ones that go the 3 tiles. These guys right here. The work floor excavators. I got 2 now. And I have no idea what they take, but I know it's not much. Yeah, see, it's pretty low. So, I'm going to build a whole bunch of them. And another jet turbine set up.
Crafting.
I've got plenty of fuel laying around. See how slow it's moving? I can just come to any of these chests and grab 100. I'll grab 200. Drop the empties wherever I want. And then that's enough fuel for what I want to do for a while. My missile launchers are doing a fine job. I need to upgrade Spiderbot soon. Let's take a quick look at that. I think that is... I got the solar panel glitch. Look at that. I thought that went away. That's an old glitch. Anyway. We need laboratory research. My guess is he needs a lot of stuff. Excuse me. Oh, power. Huh, I never hooked up a turbine for him. He's just been going off the old system. Slow. Alright, well, he is going to definitely need a couple jet turbines just for himself. And in order to make room for all of that, this stuff is all going to have to go. So I'm going to worry about cleaning out down here first. Set up a jet turbine on this platform right here. Bunch of work floor excavators, and I'll show you some progress. Just gonna put a light right there. Once this turbine gets going, this is pretty fast. The only problem is they can't go through the turbine, so you gotta put one on each side. As you see I've done here. Put one on the back here, he can get these guys. That's his first rotation, so he's missed them. But I mean, they're already done. Well, he's already almost done with his first thing. Now, while all that stuff is being cleared down there for the resin, I'm going to go ahead and move this line. Oops. Misclick. I'm going to move this line. Let's see. Let's move him right here. Yeah, that'll do. I'll go down there and collect that stuff eventually. Quick fix. Just run this guy up like this. There we go. And perfect. Now that that is sorted, I'm going to go ahead and these are 1, 2, 3 blocks up. Just to keep everything kind of the same level. I'm going to set my cargo lifts. If I can find them on my bar. I know I already set them up. There they are. I just want to make it 100. Why not, you know? If I use them, I use them. If I don't, I don't. Now, for these,
structure complete.
Yeah, there we go.
Structure complete.
Okay. There is room. I'm not crazy. Quicker way to do it, I guess, would be to control click the first two, and then individually build these like this. There we go. So now I can set all of these guys up with power, rack rails, and while I'm digging out the resin, they'll slowly work their way down. I just won't give them enough rails to make it down to that hive mind. So when I blow up the hive mind, I'm not going to be endangering my lifts. So I'm going to get these guys set up with power. I can pretty much tap off of any of these, make another one here, just so I have less lasers going around. So that's what I'll do. I'll make one here, have a bunch of power beaming over, and I'll be back. I'm really short on nickel and titanium, and again, it's starting to be a pain in the butt. So let's do minecart load, unload. Ooh, I need more research points. Okay. Well, that's an interesting turn. That hasn't happened to me in a long time. Let's see here. This still has quite a lot to go through. I could switch the mode and break down my research pods, but instead of doing that, there's a couple things I still haven't even scanned yet. So I think I'll go look for those. In fact, I've only built up to the Mark II power core charger. But I'm going to grab a couple of those. And I'm going to just hop down the deepest part I can go. And these are all finished finally. I think I'll just have to move some of them over a little bit. Ouch. Keep going, keep going. There's a little bit of titanium there. They'll stop and mine that. There's the hive I've got to blow up. So I found the best way to get research points is to just go down. Keep going further. Look for more new stuff. This probably isn't as deep as I can go here. For example, over there. Hey, charger. Hey, charge me up, Arthur. There. Give you some power. This is a gem. Probably a topaz. I haven't scanned one of those yet. That'll be like 40 points right there. And I know it's probably really dark and I don't have a lot of extra power. But here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna pick a spot and I'm gonna dig down. And if I find something new, I'll come back. I just popped a whole bunch of torches down. I hope you guys can see. But here's chromium. I'm down 758 and we have chromium. That's this purplish stuff. And this stuff up here. And that up here. Can only imagine how large of a vein that would have been if it wouldn't have just been cut off at those three corners. Oh, I didn't find molybdenum, but found another unknown block, so that's about as far as I can go. I need to start heading back to the surface, and I'll meet you up there. Alright, we're ready to scan them. We got topaz, like I thought. We need... oh, we need a lot more power. What, do you not have any coal? Huh. That's slow. Alright, well, let's... you can't dig this up, can you? Upgrade your build gun. I have the biggest build gun you can have. Alright. Well, I'm gonna have to wait until this has enough power, so... I'll be back in a moment. Well, I can't move it, but I can bring power to it. So we'll research that. Magmasite, of course. No use for it yet, but research points. So what I was doing before I ran out was all of this minecart stuff. I think I got it all. Oh, no, minecart depot. That puts the minecarts from the chest into the track. Minecart load and unload station for the ores. And I'm going to need quite a bit of tracks. So I'm going to need quite a bit of conveyor belts. I'll get to the carts themselves after I get the tracks completely done. I'm going to need primary PCBs for the stations. Basic PCBs, copper housing. Okay, I'll be back when I have all that. Okay, believe I have everything I need. I only really need one minecart depot. As far as unload station, I'm gonna go ahead and start off with 10 of each. I'll be adding a lot more load and unload stations as lifts reach and as I need more. So we're gonna do one corner. We're gonna do one slope, and the rest straight tracks. I have just enough, but I should make more conveyor belts. I don't want to end up with just 2. I know I'll need more than that. Transport pipes. Can't make any of those, but I shouldn't really need too many of those. So now I hop down to where I have the ore. Through this teleporter, and while the screen's loading in, I'll load up the tracks. So we need straight, slope, curve, unload, and load station. Okay, so the unload station, those of course will be going along where this guy's coming. So we'll find a good spot to make the load station. Probably a little bit further down than this, honestly. Because, I mean, I have plenty of lifts going down. There. And now I can make several load and unload stations as well. There's not enough light down here. battery ran out. So I'll make one load station down here, and I'll start loading biomass onto him. And I'll start pulling from like this pretty large nickel. 339. Ah, that's not too large. Several million would be large. But like there's gold, there's all kinds of veins around. So I'll use the minecarts to bring it to where the cargo lifts are going to come down. And for now, since the cargo lifts are actually, there is one up here, soon to be more, I'm going to start my first rack system down here, or my first rail system down here. I've got this one, got some ore here, got the ore in the back here that I'm pulling out. So there's some here and there. It's worth stopping here. But hopefully before I get all of these things done, I'll be able to blast this. So I'm going to go check on that. Well, this is looking pretty good. They've got a good chunk of him taken out. None of these guys are even doing anything anymore. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to focus more on just one of them at a time. I'm going to put windows on him going up 3 every time. Except we're going to have to go this one first. And then I'll go up 3 after he's done with that one. These guys are not needed anymore. And then I'll probably make... after he's done clearing pretty high up above here, because he's going to grow upwards, pretty much directly upwards, kind of this direction. So I need to clear enough space so that I can have lasers high enough so that when he does grow, they can still get him and their power's not cut off. That's generally how I'm going to do it. But I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. Remember, if you want to watch all the nano disintegrator action, that's after this. So I appreciate you watching, and I hope to see you next time.